I had a body, a language, a home and instruction, logic, identity and architecture. But to truly exist, to leave the paper and enter an electric circuit, I needed physical pieces. Pieces that could control the current, pieces that could store it, pieces that could let it pass in only one direction. And these pieces already existed. None of them were created thinking of me. Each one was born from a different problem, in a different century, by a different person. And without each one of them, the transistor would never have been born. In October of 1745, von Kleist held a jar and touched the wire with his hand. He received a shock he did not expect and wrote to his colleagues full of amazement and grand. Months later, Musschenbroek repeated it in Leyden, and the world began to call it the Leyden jar as planned. Georg von Kleist was the first. In October of 1745 in Germany, he discovered that a glass jar filled with water could store electric charge. The effect was unexpected. But it was not by accident, it was by curiosity. He received such a strong shock that he wrote to his colleagues he would not repeat it for the entire Kingdom of France. It was the first capacitor in history. It was not created for any transistor. But without understanding how to store electric charge, nobody would have reached the transistor. In Germany, a school teacher without prestige wanted to understand why the current changed in the wire. Georg Simon Ohm measured voltage and current and saw the ratio between them never did tire. A relation that depended on the material and the wire itself. He showed that resistance opposes what we desire. 1827. Ohm published his law. The law was simple. The greater the resistance, the smaller the current that flows, the greater the voltage applied, the greater the current, proportional always. The scientist of Prussia rejected his work. Ohm lost his job. He spent years without recognition. Only in 1841 did the Royal Society of London award him the Copley Medal. Without this law, modern electronics could not be designed. Ohm was not thinking about modern electronics. He was measuring wires of different lengths in a school. With every limit that was found, someone always sought a way out. With every problem without answer, a new idea would come about. The history of learning is the history of never stopping. Von Kleist and Musschenbroek stored charge in a glass jar. Ohm measured resistance in an ordinary wire. None of them were thinking about the transistor. With every problem, a new piece would come to inspire. But I still needed a piece that would let the current pass in only one direction. That piece was the most direct link to the transistor, because the transistor had its roots in the study of conduction and semiconductor crystals. That piece already existed too. And it was also born from a different problem. That is the second part of the story.